Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. I have arrived at Aragorn's pavilion, where he is flanked by Aylmer and Imrahil. Let's start by speaking with Aragorn.
I have need of your assistance.
Pineleaf, I've need of your assistance. We've won the battle, but the enemy is far from true defeat. You understand this as much as anyone. We must act swiftly and decisively. We're soon to embark on our most arduous and perilous journey yet, I think. I hope you'll come with us, but first, I must ask you to bring word to Aylmer and Angbor that our forces, such as they are, must be prepared to march. Aylmer and Angbor. Well, Aylmer is nice and at hand. Angbor, we'll have to find him. But for the epic, we need to speak with Imrahil here.
Aragorn wishes to call a council of the captains.
He wishes to call a council of the captains in order to determine what to do next. But many of those that he desires to have a voice are elsewhere in the fields of the city. Dervin of the north and Elfhelm of Rohan are not far from the southwest, if you can hasten their return to the pavilion. I met Legolas the elf on my way here, and I understand that he's a friend of yours and was a companion of Mithrandir in the north. He spoke fair words to me, and I marveled that his journey brought him to these lands during this time of war. Aragorn will want him to present as well, and also his friend the dwarf. I didn't catch his name, but it seemed to me that elf and dwarf are bonded as friends, as you might not find one without the other. That's unusual in itself, but these are strange times, and we may well find our strongest friendships where we least expect them. So I need to find Elfhelm first, and I also need to speak with Eomer for Aragorn's quest.
It is good to see you again.
I saw that you spoke with Aragorn, and guessed at what he asked. Many Rohirrim have died this last day. If we are to stop now, the deaths would surely be for naught. I am the rightful king of Rohan now, and my men will do as I bid. Tell Aragorn I raise my sword with his, and that when he blows his horns, we will come to his call. Alright, well that's good. I need to speak with Angbor, wherever he may be. Ah! I found Angbor. Hello there. It's good to see you again. A true hobbit of honor and nearly as fearless as I am. I have trusted Aragorn since the moment I saw Thorongil return to lean here. Come, there is much to be done if we are to move an army. Well, yes, I remember the trouble you had in moving an army last time. Completed introduction for the after battle. So, of course, we're going to have all sorts of quests related to that. New deed, quests in the Pelennor. Oh, fun. But for now, let's go and meet with Elfhelm. Ah, here they are. Elfhelm and Daravoon.
The battle is ended. It was a victory hard bought.
The battle's over. Many good men fell upon the field and will not return to their homes. Alas for Elfmar. Alas for my son. As much of the elf ward as remains mourns for him, and I weep with them. This man, Daravoon, was a companion of mighty Goladir, who slew the old log Thrangaroth, though he died in its doing. We have been sharing tales of our falling, and it eased my sorrow somewhat, though it cannot erase it. His people appear stern and grim at first, but I have marked that they speak warmly of their friends and of the lands from which they hail. Perhaps they're not so very different from the men of the mark as I supposed. I will seek for more of the leaders of my people and go to the Ranger's Pavilion at once. All right. And what do you say?
I am happy you survived. So many of our friends did not.
Loyal Halbrad, weary Goladier, Yum Kellerat, I feel their loss keenly. 8 of my brothers fell upon the Pelennor in service of Aragorn, but if they had the choice of fighting for him once again, you would find 8 minds unchanged. I will continue on to this pavilion, Pineleaf, and no matter his command, I will see it done. Yes, I would think that the Dunedain will definitely not change their minds over. Now I need to find Gimli and Legolas. Ah, here they are. Hello there.
We have been to see Merry, where he lies in the houses of healing.
Yes, I have seen Merry, and I am pleased to report that he will survive his wounds. Well, that's good. We spoke with him for a time and rested upon the wall. He's weary, but the worst seems to be behind him. Have you taken the opportunity to explore the city, Pineleaf? Well, I explored it a bit, with a lot of quests, that's for sure. I am impressed, but there aren't enough gardens here for the folk to suffer from that lack. They need more than is green and growing. If Aragorn does claim his crown, my people will bring him birds to sing and trees to thrive, and this will be a better city for his presence. We are on our way back to Aragorn's pavilion. I'm eager to learn what he chooses for our next action. Well, I think we're all eager to hear that. Are you eager, Gimli?
My axe has not yet had its fill.
He's eager, all right. Yes, now that the battle's done, I've taken a good look at the stonework of the city. Some of it is finely made, but there's plenty of careless stonework as well, and I see much that might be improved in the layout of the streets. Oh, don't mistake me. Any dwarf will see the same. There would. Where would we go next? My axe has not yet had its fill, and I would wield it on behalf of Aragorn wherever he deems is most needed. Well, if your axe hasn't had your fill between Helm's Deep and this place, I don't know what will. Well then, it's good to hear that Aragorn has your consent and you'll be there. Let's go! I have delivered your messages and I expect them to be here soon.
The battle is won, but time is short.
That's right. Time is short.
Some things that were kept secret must now be revealed.
A decision made without all of the information is undermined even as it is made, Pineleaf. When we meet in council, some things that were kept secret must be revealed if we are to properly weigh our choices. I hope you will think no less of me for keeping these secrets, my friend. You were a good friend and true, and if I kept you in the dark, I did only so because at the time I thought it was needed. Speak with me when you are ready to meet. All right. Let us speak with him and head into council.
Aragorn has called for a council to determine his next course of action. May wisdom guide his steps.
This way, Pineleaf. I think they'll begin soon. There we go. Well, seeing I have to speak with them before he starts, they're not going to start without me. The captains who fought on Pelennor are here now, Pineleaf, and it is time to begin. Alright. Greetings, my lords and friends, captains and soldiers assembled on the Pelennor. We have won a great battle, but now we have a choice to make. Much rests upon our decision. Of what decision do you speak, Aragorn? Mithrandir will explain it to us all, that we may choose aright. Alright. You remember the words of Denethor Pineleaf? In them, I think there is much that we might learn. Right? Yes, the Steward of Gondor has much to say about the dangers that threaten us. He claimed that victory on the Pelennor might last for an hour or a day, but that we could not hope for a lasting victory against the power that rules in Mordor. Denethor fell into despair at the sight of Sauron's armies in the depths of the Seeing Stone. We must not despair as he did, though it took all of our strength to fight back the first assault. The next assault will be greater than the last. Sooner or later, one will come we have not the power to defend. Denethor was right. Strength of arms will not bring us victory. What then can we do? If we cannot achieve victory, would you advise that we hide behind our walls, enduring siege after siege until we can last no longer? Then you have us retreat to Minas Tirith or Dol Amroth or Dunharrow and wait for the end? I will not play like a child in a sandcastle waiting for the fear of the tide that comes in. Yes, this is exactly what all of Gondor did during the days of Denethor. Watching, waiting, doing nothing. Do not misunderstand me. I still hope for victory, but not through battle. Into this debate must come the return of power, for it is central to this matter. Oh, the Ring of Power, yes. You know enough of this thing to understand its danger, my lords. If Sauron regains the ring that he lost, his victory is complete. Your valorous deeds will come to naught. But if the ring is destroyed, his fall will be swift and total. A great evil of this world will be gone. Sauron will be no more. Sauron knows all of this. He knows that the ring he lost has been found again, but he knows not where it is now. His greatest fear is that we have found it, for there are those among us with the strength to wield it. Am I right to think that you revealed yourself to him, Aragorn? Yes, my friend. Before I rode from the Hornburg, I deemed the time was ripe to use the Stone of Orthanc. Saruman's Seeing Stone? I believe that the stone had come into my possession for this very purpose. 10 days had passed since the ring-bearer went east from Rhalros. I thought it would be meet to draw Sauron's gaze to me and away from his own lands. Had I known how swift would be his response, perhaps I should have waited. And yet, that swiftness proved an error. He did not crush Gondor with the first throw. Aye, that is so. You say it is hopeless for us to attack Sauron if he has the ring? But why should he not feel the same if he thinks that we have it? There are some considerations that maybe slow his hand. The ring can only be wielded by one rather than by many. Sauron will expect a struggle amongst those who seek to wield it. He waits until one amongst us seeks to become greater than the others, and that is when he will act, seizing the advantage of our disarray. His Nazgûl still fly overhead, seeking signs of our movements. He has not forgotten the sword of Elendil, and now that he has seen it reforged, his first assault was turned back, and his greatest captain slain. The winds of fortune have begun to blow in our favor. For the first time, doubt has begun to gnaw at him. Doubt. We have not the ring. Through either wisdom or folly, it has been sent away to be destroyed, lest it destroy us. Without it, we cannot defeat Sauron by force. This, then, is my counsel. We keep Sauron's eye fixed upon us, and blind to him his true peril. We march out to meet him, making ourselves the bait. He will see this as a prideful action of the new Lord of the Ring. He will empty his land, seeking to destroy this young upstart and take it back, giving Frodo a chance. It's a trap! Not for us, but the Dark Lord. A trap? Legolas is right. We seek to capture Sauron's attention and keep it fastened upon us for as long as we can. But do not misunderstand. If we march to the Black Gate, there will be nothing to keep him from sending the considerable forces within Mordor to crush us completely and without mercy. We will buy time for the Ring-Bearer to complete his mission, but there will be no more time for us. Any who go with me on this last march should know that he goes to his death. There will likely be no returning from this. Still, I consider this my duty to try. I do not claim command to any man in this. Let each man make his choice as he will. We came from Imladris with this purpose. We will not turn back. I do not know much about these dealings, but I know this. My friend Aragorn aided my people when they had need. I now will aid him. Aragorn is my king, whether he claims it or no. His wish is a command to me. But the city must not be undefended behind us. Well, there is that little point. We do not need a great force to march on the Black Gate. This is not an army with designs of victory. We will determine the numbers we bring east and the numbers that we leave behind. May this be the right choice, Pineleaf. I would rather die doing my part to bring about the new age than do nothing and know the new age will never come. It appears we're about to head into death and slaughter.
This is not the easy decision, but I think it is the right one.
We cannot defeat Sauron in battle, but we must draw his gaze and keep it upon us as long as we can. All of our hopes lie now in Frodo and Sam, and we must do what we can to aid them from afar. Ooh, and we get a cloak in return.
So it is decided.
So it is decided. But what will we do about this? And how successful will our march be? We'll start to look into that in the next episode of Complete Pineleaf.